Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deanna Marie and I am so happy that you're here with me because today we have a very exciting video, and that is none other than a huge surprise book shopping challenge orchestrated by my boyfriend. So you might be wondering, okay, a book challenge, $150. Oh, I don't know if I gave that away. I probably didn't because it's definitely in the title. Okay, but I was gonna tell you that he gave me a certain amount of money that I get to go into Barnes & Noble with, and I get to go and pick out different books. I won't continue telling you all of the different things and all of the different components that go into this challenge because I did get a clip in the moment while I was at Barnes & Noble. I had no idea that we were even doing this challenge. All I knew was that he told me, get ready and jump in the car, and he was taking me somewhere, and he was saying the zoo. Now I knew that we weren't going to the zoo, but I didn't know what we were doing, and there's also a hint in this video of why this book challenge is important and what this book challenge is needed for. But it might not be what you think, okay? I'm not gonna keep telling you more, but just know that in this next video, not this video, but in the next video coming, you'll see, okay? Okay. So let me not get ahead of myself. Okay, but when we were in the book challenge, when we were in Barnes & Noble, and when I was in Barnes & Noble, I didn't have my camera on me, and so I did record it on my phone. So it is vertical and not horizontal. It's up and down and not sideways. It's about 3 minutes and like 20 seconds. That was without editing it. So it's about 3 minutes. So bear with me on that because it's not sideways, but it is going to be up and down. But then after that, and that version of me, or me then, the girl doing the, she, how do I reference myself? She will walk you through all of that, and don't mind, my eyes are literally like bulging out of my face. Like my eyes are like, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was not expecting it. And when he was telling me all the rules and all the components and what I was getting to do, I mean, I was so ecstatic. So I was kind of like all over the place and going all over the store, but you'll get to see it for yourself. And then you'll also hear me reference a gift card. And if this doesn't make sense yet, don't worry because I'll break it down in that video. But I mentioned a gift card, and I didn't say in that video, but I had no idea how much was on the gift card. So it literally could have been $1, $2. I knew I had used it before. So just keep that in mind. And before I roll that clip, I also want to say, I guess I can tell you this part of it. So it's this huge book shopping challenge that I can't go over that certain number, and I don't get to know the prices of anything in the moment. So I can't go over that certain number. And you might think, oh, that's so easy. But I mean, I was going for special editions of books. I was going for hardcover. I was going for soft cover. And so it was a range of prices. And so I'm gonna have a running tally in the bottom of the screen. And so you'll get to see firsthand with me, or not firsthand, but you'll get to see with me, and you'll get to experience whether or not I made the challenge or I didn't make the challenge based on the number running on the bottom of the screen. So I'm gonna have a running tally of the total going, and if it doesn't make sense right now, it'll all make sense when I roll that next clip. Okay, let me just stop talking and let me roll that clip for you. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're doing a Barnes & Noble boyfriend challenge. I have no idea what he has in mind. I have no idea what we're doing, but he just told me that we're going to Barnes & Noble. Well, first of all, we weren't even going to Barnes & Noble. I had no idea where we were going. He just said, get in the car, get ready. And so now we're here at Barnes & Noble. He said we were going to the zoo, but obviously this isn't the zoo. And so he's about to tell me right now what this challenge is, what we're doing, and then I'll tell you what he tells me. Okay. Did you hear that? Can I tell them? Okay, that was my boyfriend. Okay. Okay, give me a second. I need a second to breathe. Okay, so the rule is I can't look at the price of the books, but if you heard him, he said we have $150 to spend. But if I go over, then I can't get any of the books, and it's a complete flop. So I have to see if I want to risk it and get close to the number, or if I don't want to risk it at all and go safe. But I also have a gift card that I don't know if he knows about, and so I'm really excited because that might throw him off, and he might think like, oh, you can't get all those books, but we have a gift card. So I don't know if I should throw that in the mix and play it safe, or if I don't use my gift card yet and I risk it and try to hit really close to 150. Okay, I'm gonna look at the books. Okay, I'm thinking maybe a summer book. I already have that book, but I'm thinking because the season is changing and we're about to hit summer, I'm kind of wanting to read more summer books, and I feel like that's, you know, the season, and it was just April, and I just did my April TBR, and then it's May, so I feel like summer is definitely the way to go. But I also have a few series that I kind of want to complete, so I guess we're just gonna have to see. It's actually gonna be so fun because he actually got me all of the series and all of the books that I already wanted, so I really don't have anything on my radar. He literally already got them for me, so I have no idea what to get, and so let's look together. Okay, there's a book series that I've been looking at for a little while now. I've been seeing so much hype around it, and I'm pretty sure it's about to be turned into a book series, no, TV series or something like that. And I've been seeing so many girls devastated over this series, but I'm kind of nervous to read it because of the, how should I say, TWs, if you know what I'm saying. That is none other than the Binding, or is it Binding 13? That series. I see so much about it, but I'm so nervous to read it because I'm scared that it might literally trigger me. But I don't know too. I just know that it sounds like it's devastating, and I don't know if I really want to read that or if it's like a good kind of devastating. You know what I mean? Like the good kind in a book. Because I don't want to feel like awful while reading, you know, but I feel like that's a good contender. Okay, let me keep looking. Okay, I was circling a little bit, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I keep going back to thinking about the Binding 13 series just because I was seeing, you know, all the book reviews and everything like that, and that girl looked devastated when she was reading it. And I feel like April's just a good time to have like a good cry in a book. I know that sounds really funny, but I do like a book that gives me a good cry, and I haven't had that in a very long time. I'm kind of transitioning a little bit out of romantasy, but I could just be saying that because I already have all the romantasy books that I want still on my TBR, and I haven't read them yet, so I don't really need more romantasy books, if you know what I mean. Okay, I decided to go with Just Friends by Haley Pham because I really want this book. I've been seeing so much about it, and I want to give my own review over it. And then also Beach Read by Emily Henry because I'm loving Funny Story by her, and I'm so scared that it's going to put me into a slump because I feel like there's not going to be another book that hits as well and as hard as that one does because it's such a good book. But I'm hoping that these two can help with summer reads and help, you know what I mean. It's kind of starting to get into summer reads time. And then also I did want to get Binding 13, but they didn't have the special edition that I wanted, so I think I might actually order it, but then we might also go look to see if other stores have it. So I'll keep you updated. Bye, sis. Okay, so hopefully that part of the video and seeing those clips in those videos maybe cleared up a little bit of it, but you might be wondering still, okay, if you're showing us the books, then you must have them. And you must have gotten to keep them. I'm not gonna spoil if I get to keep it or not until you find out at the very end. But per the challenge, I had to, or I didn't buy them, but I got surprised with them and I got bought all of them. And the cruel part of this challenge is that if I didn't make the challenge and I didn't hit that amount, or I went over the amount, that I would have to return all of the books myself. So I would literally get the physical copy of the book, but then still have to return it because I didn't get to know the totals until after I came back home and then it all got laid out to me. So just because you see the books doesn't mean I get to keep it, but also that doesn't mean I don't get to keep it. So let's just go into it. Let's get into all of the books that I picked out. Let's go into the themes and all of that, okay? I also got a new light right there. I'm not sure if I can be wearing my glasses right now. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not sure if the light is messing with the frame and like if it's reflecting back to you. So If it is, I'll just make sure that next time I just don't wear my glasses or I just find a workaround. But yes, I do have some better lighting now, so I'm very excited about that. Okay, let me go ahead and get into those books. Let me pull it up here. Don't be cheating and looking at my glasses. Can it show? Let me see. Okay, so I was kind of sporadic in the moment and I didn't know what books I wanted, what books I didn't want. I literally had that challenge sprung up on me, so I was like, I don't know what I want. I want this, I want that, I want this, I don't know. And then it's also about what books I wanted but weren't available, and then switching out. And like I said, some were hardcover, some were softcover, some were not older books, but like they had been around a while. So I'm like, okay, they might be cheaper, or some books were new releases. So I'm like, okay, those might be more expensive. And so I hope I didn't just show you, because I don't want to spoil the book titles before I get to them. Okay. Once I like got my head on straight and I was able to start locking in and figuring out all the different books that I wanted and what direction I was going, you can hear me say that I'm starting to lean towards summer books because summer's rolling around. So you'll notice there's a theme of summer books. And then of course I had the price, but then also wanting to give myself a little bit of variety, and then questioning if it was gonna be a good read or not. And so right now I'll just talk about the challenge, and in another video I'll break down what those books are actually about. Okay, so the books that were on my hopeful list, and you're gonna be like, there's no way you can get all of those books. You're right. So I had to like pick through them and what I wanted and what I didn't want once I got my head on right, okay? So the books that I was looking for were The Wedding People. I hope I'm not like sitting too low. Were The Wedding People, One Golden Summer, Every Summer After, Just Friends, The Summer of Broken Rules, Beach Read, Daisy Hates, A Court of Silver Flames, and Starside. So Starside and Just Friends, Starside by Alex Astor and Just Friends by Haley Pham are both new releases. And so I was like, okay, those are gonna be running more, especially because Starside also is a special edition. The one that I wanted was a special edition, and so I knew that I would be chancing things. But that was like all in the part of the challenge, and so my original thought was to just play it safe, get only 2 books, and call it that. The original 2 books that I went for were Just Friends by Haley Pham and Beach Read by Emily Henry. But he told me that I couldn't go that easy. And so I agree with that. I don't think that that was a bad thing to say. And I don't think, because it takes the fun away from it. Because it's like, okay, you know 2 books aren't going to be $150. I mean, unless they're like super special edition. But that's almost like cheating, because you know you're so safe. So it's like you got to bring the thrill in a little bit. So I kept going. Okay, so the original picks were Just Friends. Okay, should I grab them? Because I told you it's part of the challenge, and that's what makes it more heartbreaking if I don't make it, is that I have the actual physical copy with me. So let me grab it. Okay, so I did get Just Friends by Haley Pham. I think this is so cute. I was so excited to get to read her book. So this is Just Friends, okay? This is Just Friends. And I got this one. So this is, I just don't want to spoil it for you, but it's like, it's also, it could be happy or sad. It could be happy or sad of how this goes. It could be happy or sad. Okay, so I did get Just Friends by Haley Pham. Let me stop stalling. And that was $19. So I'm not going to be putting in, and I didn't take this into consideration until later, the tax. Okay, so I'm going to be putting the price like pre-tax down there, okay? So the first one is $19, Just Friends by Haley Pham. Beach Read by Emily Henry for $16. Okay, we got those two. Those were the first two picks that I knew for sure. I was grabbing those and I was walking out the door. And then it was like, well, that doesn't make it fun. Where's the fun in that? You know that those are guaranteed. So we had to keep going. Then we have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Is it Walther? Because I thought it was Walter originally, but Walther? By K.L. Walther. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I guess I didn't look into that. I should have. But this is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. And then this is a special edition. Okay. And then you'll see I'm continuing on that summer theme with Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And then this one isn't a special edition, but I know there is a fancy special edition. I'm trying not to give it away with my facial expressions because it could be like Horrival, okay? It could also just be all a game. Maybe I'm acting that I didn't, or maybe I'm not acting. I just have to find out. This was one that I was so excited for. I was so excited for this one. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. And you can't tell me that that cover is not so pretty. Oh, I just realized I wasn't even saying the prices. Hold up. What was the last thing that I ended on? Did I say the price of The Summer of Broken Rules? No. Okay, so let me go back. So I'm sure I probably am leaving that part in, and I don't know, I'll be creative and maybe put like a pause sign down there or something, and then I'll go back to it. Okay, so we have The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I think it's because I got distracted making sure I said her name right. And that was $15.99. Then we have Every Summer After by Carly Fortune for $16. And One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune for $19. And then we also have the hardcover of The Wedding People by Alison Esbach, I think, maybe. And that was, oh my gosh, I was not expecting this to be what it was. $28.99. Now, I mean, that's a normal hardcover priced copy of a book, right? But the thing is, this is part of a challenge. So every penny and every dollar counts. And I wasn't taking into consider tax. So the entire thing, tax and everything, has to be under $150. Okay. And it didn't just end there. So he kept asking me, are you sure that you don't want to finish off your series up there, the ACOTAR series, with the last book in the series? And there was a very special edition that I'd been looking for, and I'd been wanting specifically this special edition of the Magnolia Park series, and I have the first special edition of Magnolia Parks, and the next one was Daisy Hate's special edition of her book, and I love that cover of that book. And so I originally wasn't going to get it because I knew it was a special edition, like collector's edition, deluxe edition, and so I knew it had to be like $40, somewhere in there. My light just died. My light literally just died. That was so random. Okay, I guess we're going to continue without that light. Aw, that's sad. I thought it was charged up. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to continue without that light. But he added a twist to this and added those two books because I didn't get Binding 13 because there wasn't Binding 13. So he, in secret, got me A Court of Silver Flames. That is so huge. A Court of Silver Flames. And Daisy Hate's special edition book. Okay. That was the twist added. Those still count into the total. So with the twist, that still counts into the total. So let me add those prices in there too. A quart of Silver Flames is $19. And I told you this one was a special edition, a special deluxe collector's edition, all of that jazz. And this one, Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings, was $37.99. So that brought our grand total. I lost the original receipt that had Beach Read and Just Friends, but I do have the total price of everything. I'm not gonna put the cents per se, but I did round up. And the grand total for all of the books, so that's The Wedding People, One Golden Summer, Every Summer After, Just Friends, The Summer of Broken Rules, Beach Read, Daisy Hates, and A Quart of Silver Flames. The grand total for that was, drumroll please, $172. The challenge was to keep it at $150 or under. So you know what that means. Now I have to go and return all of the books to the store. Is what I would have said if I didn't have a gift card. And that's what I would have thought if that gift card was enough. But that gift card only had about $18. I'm not gonna say only, because I'm very grateful for that, and that makes a huge difference. But for this challenge, it only had $18. So that took the grand total to $154. So I still went over. But with the other discounts, it took it to $110. There were other discounts and we got it to $110. And that's with the 2 additional books. So I am so happy to report that the book challenge was indeed a success, a huge, ginormous, big, amazing success. And so let me go ahead and grab the book so you can see all of the books that I got for this challenge. This is literally the biggest book haul ever, and I am so thankful and I am so grateful, and my boyfriend is truly amazing, and this would not even be possible without him. And so I'm beyond thankful and grateful, and he pours into me all of the time, and he always shows me that everything is possible, and he believes in me and he believes in my dream, and I'm telling you, I could not be more thankful. So he did surprise me with all of these books, and he saw that I was still under the limit, and that is why he threw in those 2 extra books. When I thought it made it go over, extra go over, he still included them because he knew there was still space in the budget to add more books, and he still got them for me. Where he could have just left it as that, he still got them for me. So here are all of those books. That is insane. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books. And that's with some of them being special editions. I'm trying to see if I can turn that. Probably gonna mess with the white balance, but that is insane, and I am so grateful, truly. He's literally just amazing. Stay tuned for the next video because you'll see now why we need all of these new books. Well, we don't need them, but why they'll come into play. And so that's the end of our huge, amazing, successful book shopping challenge. Bye, sis. Love you.